Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. Our hosts today are myself and Carol Stover, and our guests are Kim and Cheryl from STGA, Saud Sadeya from American Home Shield, Gabi Romero from Home Services Insurance, and Sherry Gunther from Prosperity. Sherry, you are the first. Go ahead.
Yay! Good morning and Happy New Year, champions. I hope you guys are ready to hit the ground running because it is going to be an amazing year. You know me, I always like to start with gratitude. So thank you so much to everybody who supported me in 2023 to create some raving fans together. And don't forget, I stay in touch with them all throughout the year. So any referrals that come out of that come right back to you guys. So next slide. Those are some awesome closings with you champions. Thank you.
Some more there.
And there's more, but you know, not all of them were photo ops, so I apologize. Okay, so as for the market, it's somewhat stable right now, although there are still more jobs than job seekers, which isn't helping the economy. The Fed will feel the need to keep that upward pressure on the rates in order to avoid the resurgence in inflation. So right now they're hovering around the low sixes, but they're not bad compared to what they were back in the days, right? So as you can see here, next slide, please.
Got it.
They are expected to simmer down about the second quarter, but once again, nobody has a crystal ball to say for sure. So, you know, just know that you guys know people are still buying and selling. I know it's not a feeding frenzy like last year, but I know you've heard this also ad nauseum that, you know, they are just dating the rate right now. So we know they're going to refinance down the road. And so I present to you, drum roll, please, next slide, our refine your rate guarantee. And you're saying what? And as you should. So basically anybody who's closed with us since November of 2022 up until March 2023, the end of March, we are going to waive all origination fees. So that's like over $1,000 in savings. So send those clients over, let's save them some more money and once again, create some more raving fans. Next slide, please. Okay, and I want you guys to remember that we have this great rate buy down strategy. So I encourage all of you guys to come to this class Friday the 20th, 10:30, 11. I'll keep it short and sweet for you, but I really want you guys to feel comfortable with this strategy because in this market, it's just the strategy to have. So it's going to help move your listings if you're, you know, your listing stagnant, and it's also going to help if you're representing the buyer to ask for it in your offer, right? So if you've seen something that's been on the market for some time, you're going to have that great negotiating power with it. And instead of dropping the purchase price, right? We don't want that to happen because then that's going to affect your paycheck and we don't want that. So tune in January 20th, 10:30 to 11. Let's use this strategy and help those listings move. Next slide, please.
Sorry to interrupt, but guys, seriously, make the time to participate because the buy down strategy is outstanding. It works for everyone. It works for everyone. So we need to be familiar with this. So try to make the class. And Sherry, when you send me the link later today, I'll send it to everyone.
Okay, great. Thanks. Okay. This is not what's on the slide right now. I just wanted to let you guys know because this comes up a lot. You know, can we put the furniture, everything on the contract? You absolutely can put it on the contract. Any personal property, it just has to specifically state that there is no value to it. So I just want to let you guys know because I just saw an email come across about it, and I know that gets that's a common question. So as for this slide, Ron and Jalaire, our marketing gurus, are coming to town. So save the date, January 19th, next Thursday at 10 a.m. So basically, they're going to go over all this great stuff that we have, to help you with your listings, flyers, cool property websites, lead capture apps, amazing post-close journeys, all things that, go out on your behalf, and so much more, because we want you guys to be the agent for life, right? So you won't want to miss this. So come out and see how we support you guys. And I'm sure there's going to be refreshments. So please RSVP. You could just text me by next Wednesday, the 18th. If somebody could kindly put my phone number in the chat, that would be super awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Next slide. Okay, coat drive. So lastly, guys, I know it's Florida, and for us, it doesn't seem very cold, but to a homeless person on a bench, with no home, and it's 40 degrees out, that's cold. Okay. So do me a favor, please, please, please just go through your closet, see if there's any old, sweaters, coats, hoodies, hats and gloves, even booties, stuff that, you don't want anymore. That will be a huge blessing to them. I'll be collecting all this week and all next week. Boynton Beach Thursday till the 19th, and Boca Friday till the 20th. And then I'm going to bring them to the lucky recipients that weekend. So thank you so much in advance for doing that. There should be a box outside my office or in my office. So I appreciate that. Okay, last slide. As always, I am here for you. So your clients' pre-approvals, your second opinions, your random mortgage questions, but most importantly, to follow up on your leads like green on a pickle, and to give you great communication and get you closed on time. So that's it for me. I love you guys. I hope you have a blessed day. Let me know if you need anything, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Sherry. Kim, are you ready?
Hey, Justin, excuse me, before Kim comes on, and Sherry, thank you for those great updates. Justin, could you go back, please, to the slide for the March 19th, or excuse me, the January the 19th event? Awesome, thank you. Just wanted to point out that where you see underneath the little calendar where it says BHHS Florida Realty, 5850 Hiatus Road down in Tamarack, we have not opened up a new office at that location. You are actually going to be going, and I hope that we'll see you all there. You're actually going to one of the Broward, St. Lucie, Palm Beach Association offices. So look for the Our World, or again, it's the Broward, St. Lucie, Palm Beach Association of Realtors. That is where we're going. So GPS 5850 Hiatus Road down in Tamarack. It's just, you're not going to see a Berkshire Hathaway Realty sign. So I just wanted to make that clarification. And I do hope everyone will take advantage of this great opportunity to hear these national speakers from Prosperity. And thank you, Sherry, for delivering this for us.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Carol. All right, Kim, it's all yours.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. Really happy to be with you guys today. Have some new information I would like to share with you, if you would go through for me. Again, we are pretty much gonna, on every meeting, bring to your front of mind to keep wire fraud front and center, reminding your customers, reminding your buyers, as they get busy and they're opening emails, to be super careful. It's something that is happening every day, so we just want to bring it up pretty much every day to protect everybody. And then the next thing is a reminder, and this might be something that really might make a little bit of a difference in a listing presentation. Everybody is looking for any extra value that they might be getting somewhere. We offer everyone that does a closing with us a year of paid identity theft protection from Experian. If for some reason somebody does steal your identity theft, you experience identity theft, they will spend up to $1 million to help repair that and remedy that situation. It doesn't cost them anything. So it's something that you can say, hey, this is something you're going to get at the end of the closing. And it just might be something that, isn't something no one else is offering that would be a benefit. There's a flyer that I do send out with all of the quotes, so you can forward that with the quote to your potential customers. And this is something that I wanted to go through with you guys. A lot of times we'll get questions when we get a buyer, especially if it's a cash transaction. We're always going to ask them if they would like us to order a survey on their behalf. If they're getting a finance transaction, 90% of the time, the mortgage company is going to require one. So it's an automatic order. But if it's cash, it's not mandatory that a buyer obtain a survey. We do recommend it. And I know a lot of times they say, well, let me check with my realtor and get their opinion and see what they say, and then they'll get back to us. So just a little bit of pointers if somebody's asking you, why do they want a survey? There's a story on here is a new homeowner buys, moves into her property, and she sees her neighbor mowing what she believes is her yard. And she says, why are you mowing my lawn? There's a set of trees here, and it looks like this piece of property belongs to her. And he said, no, that's my lawn. And she called the title company and said, what's happening here? Didn't you do a search on my property? And they said, yes, but your neighbor is correct. That portion of the property does belong to your neighbor. So unfortunately, the new owner did not understand the difference between a title search and a property survey and failed to purchase a survey. A title search confirms ownership of property, and it does not show the details of the property location. A survey is a map that shows where the property is located, the boundary lines, and the improvements on the land, and access and points of entry on the property. So here are some of the things that a survey and reasons you would want to get a survey. Undisclosed rights and easements. You may own a new home and its surrounding land, but someone else might have the right to use a portion of your property. A survey will show physical evidence of the rights of others to use the property for accessing parking, utilities, and other situations. Undiscovered encroachments. A survey may be the only way to tell if a third party holds claim to part of your property because of their improvements, such as a garage, a fence, or a swimming pool on your land. A house built on an incorrect lot. It may seem impossible, but sometimes a house is built on the wrong lot. A survey provides peace of mind, showing the exact location of the house you are buying and the size of the property. The survey shows exact dimensions of the property's boundary lines and how much land is included within those lines. And then the last one is adding on in the future. Many residential plots have building restrictions known as setbacks, and they prohibit building anything within certain distances of the boundary lines. If you are thinking of adding on in the future, a survey will help you determine the property is right for both your current and your future needs. So I hope that, just maybe give you some ammunition or advice when when your buyer's asking you the question of why would they want a survey. Those are really important reasons to have it. Plus you get title coverage as well. So I will get that out if you'd like, Justin, so you can forward that.
No, that was excellent. Thank you so much. That was excellent.
You're welcome. And then we have 6 classes in January, and then one is today. If you go to the next slide, they will list the breakdown here on which days and what they are. And I do want to make mention, a lot of these classes are brand new. We've never offered them before, which is exciting. We have our tried and true great classes for everybody, refreshers, or take them again, or if you haven't taken them, but there's several new classes on here. I know that Justin's forwarded the list out. There is one on here I believe you can get credit hours for. That one is, I'm pretty sure, hang on.
The FERPTA
On the FERPTA on the 17th. I knew there was one in there that if you do need credit hours, that is a credit hour class. And then next, I just want to say thank you on behalf of your entire East Coast team, Cheryl, Lisa, Corrine, Jeff, Sherry, and myself. Thank you so much for your support. All of us are here. If there's anything that you need, please reach out to any of us. We are a team. We mean that, that if you can't get one of us, you call the other, and we are here to support you guys, assist in any way we can. And I want to say our special thank yous to our closed deals, to Bob, Helena, Portia, Monique, and the Williams. We obviously wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you, and let us know what we can do to help.
Thank you so much, Kim. It was a great presentation. And please send me information on the surveys. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Gabi, I haven't updated your name in there. I'm sorry. Gabi Romero. It's all yours.
Okay, thank you, Justin. No worries. So I just wanted to start by saying thank you so much. Home Services Insurance had an amazing 2022, and it wouldn't have been possible without the support from you guys and all the partners. So thank you so much to Title, Prosperity. It's amazing to have such a great team to work with. So again, thank you. It seems that for the insurance market, we actually got an early Christmas present because on December 16, there was some legislative reform that happened. And that's pretty much what we're going to highlight today. That reform targeted attorney fees, assignment of benefits, bad faith, offer of judgment. So we'll go right into the last slide, please, Justin, if you don't mind.
Previous?
The previous one, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, attorney fees. So as we're all aware, the insurance market has been extremely challenging when it comes to insuring properties, carriers leaving the state, all the litigation that's happened. So with the new reform, the attorney fees, the one-way attorney fees are being eliminated, which is definitely going to help the carriers recuperate some of the money, or at least stop bleeding money for those lawsuits. Assignment of benefits, that's also going away. Bad faith, so it requires a breach of the contract before a policyholder can actually sue the insurance company. And then the offer of judgment makes attorney fees available for the prevailing party in offers of judgment. So that in itself is already going to create an environment where it's going to help, where a lot of the carriers are not going to continue to lose money. And we're looking that this is going to stabilize the market, which will in turn translate to hopefully lower premiums. But what we're really hoping for is to get more carriers to come into Florida, which then will create some competition with other carriers. And that's how we're going to start seeing some of those rates come down. The biggest question that everyone usually asks is how soon can we see those rates coming down? It is going to take time for this to actually process through and start making effect. So it takes about 2 to 3 years, honestly, before we start seeing any major changes. But this in itself is a big win for the market because it's going to start helping to stabilize everything as opposed to continue to go down the bad path that we've been going through. Then the next slide is going to provide a little more information about the other reform as well. One of the biggest things that I did want to highlight is the notice of claim. So that's actually being reduced from 2 years to 1 year. Essentially, what that means is if there's any damage to your property where you had 2 years to submit a claim, that's now down to 1 year. Claims investigation and prompt payment. This holds the carriers accountable. So it's stating that it's encouraging the carriers to settle claims in a timely manner, which would also assist with keeping lawsuits at bay and making sure that claims are being paid on a timely manner. Mandatory binding arbitration. We briefly spoke about this, where American Integrity Insurance was the pioneer that introduced this on their policies. In exchange for reducing your premium, they were including the binding arbitration, meaning you were signing away your rights to sue them. However, you would go through the arbitration process, which is quicker. And also, you do have the right to have a lawyer. In that situation, you are going to be responsible for your own legal fees. One of the biggest changes that we're very happy to see is the notice to policyholders in regards to flood insurance. When the hurricanes came through, we had some clients that stated that they were not aware that their homeowners policy did not include flood. So now it's going to be mandatory that the carriers include on the declaration page that flood is not included. Where they were including it in other documentation, the renewal packet, it is now going to be required to be included on that declaration page. So everyone's aware that flood is not included in their policy. On the next slide, the biggest change to Citizens is that they are increasing the percentage of what they're going to require for another carrier to be lower than them. So it has to exceed 20% of what Citizens is offering. The other thing is that anyone that does go through Citizens, they have to have flood insurance by 2027, regardless if they're in a flood zone or not. So there's still plenty of time for that to happen. In the meantime, we're hoping that Citizens will become the last resort like it was intended to be at one point, as opposed to how it is now, where they're the go-to. So that is another big change that's coming. As far as flood goes, since we did touch base on that change on the declaration page, FEMA did redraw the Southwest Florida map zones. So we did have some clients reach out that their mortgage company stated that they now require flood insurance. If you find yourself being one of those clients, or if you have any family members, anyone you're helping, feel free to send them to us because we can assist in setting up those policies. I'll also share the FEMA link where you can see any property that you're listing or any property that you're interested in. You can put in the address and it'll let you know what flood zone it's in. And that does include the updated flood zone maps. So I'll go ahead and include all of that in an email so everyone has it. And then, of course, if you need anything, my contact information is on the last slide. My email did change, so you'll just want to note that if you are still using my previous email, it will still forward over to me. But just please feel free to update it in your files and reach out if you have any questions. If you need me to review a PowerPoint, if you have any questions, concerns about the premium for a specific location, that's usually a lot of the emails that I get is, can you give us an estimate? I do tell everyone that it is extremely difficult to estimate the premium. So if I am able to give you an amount without officially quoting it, it is a super rough estimate because we've seen rates increase as well, anywhere between 20 to 40% here recently. So that's going to be another thing that we're looking at, but feel free to reach out if you have any questions or any concerns. I'm here to help. And again, thank you guys so much for your continued support.
Thank you, Gabby. That was a lot of excellent information in a very short period of time. I don't know how you do it. Amazing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Saud,
Yes, sir. Good morning
good morning.
and Happy New Year, everybody. Let's jump into it, shall we? All right, this is just a recap through November of last year. I haven't got the full numbers for the year. If you look into the Boca Raton office has grown by 200% since we started the relationship last year. The region is about 170%. So I want to say thank you to the real estate professional management, as well as senior management, for your support and dedication to work with us. Next slide, please.
Right.
For the state, as you can see, is about growth about 170% overall for the whole entire state. So we definitely appreciate that. And you can see from the right slide, if you can step quickly back to the other one. If you look into the central, region, North Central offices, they are doing a hell of a job. So I'm hoping, that you guys are going to make me look good next year and beat them up, on those numbers. Okay, so let's do it. We got work to do. This is the service report for the year from January through December. And you can see there's about $53,000 worth of appliance repair or replacement. Air conditioning, about half of that, which is $32,000. And plumbing is about $20,000. And the total repairs that we have rendered is about $136,000. That break down to about 255 customers that have contract that share that $136,000, plus 600 of those are renewal customers that they've been with us for over a year, as been referred by you to American Home Shield. So you can see that the value added to those folks by renewing their contracts. An average saving of $535 per contract, and that's less by 30% what normal cost would be for a consumer to go out and hire their own person. So we saving them in addition, that would have been 30% more. The renewal customer had about $680, average saving. But those are definitely the things that you should keep in mind when it comes to home warranty. Next, please. Is home warranty relevant? We're going to answer that, not by just American Home Shield, but some other people in the industry. This old house, which is most of us, that they are old timer like myself. Okay, I'm not going to say anybody else in this meeting that remember Bob Vila and Channel 2 back in the days before they got HGTV. They are the originator of HGTV back in the old days. They surveyed customers back in November about home warranty, and they did study on home warranty companies. American Home Shield scored the highest of all companies by 94%, and they recommend American Home Shield over others for multiple reasons. And you're welcome to read the article by going over there and look for it. But also what's intriguing, 1,000 homeowners were surveyed. 35% of those have spent $1,000 on single repair at their home. 27% of that 1,000 people have spent $1,000 on a single appliances. Folks, that old days, of getting a decent dishwasher for $500 or $700 is gone. Okay. I remember 15 years ago, 16 years ago, when I renovated my house, I got a stainless steel KitchenAid Suburbia line for like $700. Last year I replaced it. It cost me $1,300 for this similar model on the marketplace. So those days are gone for getting those appliances cheap. Next, please. All right, this is very important. In 2021, in order to qualify for a $2,600 mortgage, okay, which is about $250,000 or so, you have to have a $73,000 income. Okay, today the national average, in 22, it went to $107,000 of income. That's up by 45%, folks. The Miami market, which also impacts South Florida, and if you look in the trends, in order to qualify for $2,900 mortgage, you need $128,000, income. That's a $63,000, 63% increase. People are scraping the bottom of the barrel to afford buying a home, help them protect it. Home warranty is a great tool for that purpose. I guarantee you, we might not have many hurricanes, okay? We might not have a flood. We might not have, fire in the home, but I guarantee you these things will break and they're going to need to fix them or replace them. The 2021, we spent nearly $690 million fixing or replacing things to customers. Insurance companies don't want to write a check, but we do at will. Okay. And last but not least, what is a home warranty? Home warranty is 1 year service agreement that covers repair or replacement of many major home systems, components, and appliances that typically break down over time due to normal wear and tear, not accidental, not act of God. Okay, so these are things just stop working because either the age or because they just cease to work. Okay, they are not your homeowner insurance, and I know for a fact you probably have got some people that call their homeowner insurance that says my refrigerator is not working. Well, they ain't got nothing to do with your refrigerator.
Yeah, appliance.
So, and the last point I want to mention, you guys' specialty is real estate. Not home warranty, not mortgage, not title. You got expert that here to help you and your buyers and seller to navigate through the process. Pass our contact information to your clients and we'll be more than happy to consult with them and guide them through the process. Okay. Don't think you're on the journey alone. Your company have picked great partners, have picked a great companies to be part of their business units. Utilize that service to your benefit to help you and your clients.
Thank you so. Thank you so. That was a lot of information. Excellent presentation. Thank you so much. And I'm glad to see that the numbers are increasing. I think home warranties are a win for sellers and a win for buyers. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about deposits. We mentioned this a few months ago, but I want to repeat that now we have an outstanding and super safe method for your customers to make deposits. It is online. It's foolproof. It is super easy to use and is very, very safe. So what you do, if you get an email from me, you have the link to the deposits right there on the email signature. Otherwise, you can just go to Florida Realty intranet and it is there. Let me show you. So first you go to www.e-billexpress.com. The address is right there. And if you click on the link on my email signature or for simplicity, on the Florida intranet, it's going to take you to the website directly. And then all you have to do is to enter the property address, re-enter to confirm, put the I'm not a robot thingy. Hopefully you're not a robot. Add the payment method, agree to authorization, and you're pretty much done. And I'm going to show you actually what it looks like in real life, screen by screen. This is everything that you need to do a deposit online.
So
Yes, go ahead.
Justin, thank you. While you're pulling that up, I gotta tell you, in the Boynton Beach and Wellington offices, our customers are using this more so now than wire deposits. They love doing this. So what Justin is going to show you is what the consumer sees. Because
Yes,
this is
brilliant.
It's actually the consumer who is doing this. Again, what Justin's about to show you. We have a one-page flyer on this. If you need a minute, we'll get out to you. But I'm telling you, your customers are loving this. They have, oops, I forgot the binder. It's 10:30 at night. Actual situation, it happens. I sent these out to our agent and all was good.
Yeah, it's instant and it's super safe. There's no way to fool someone with this because this is our website and Wells Fargo. So this is the login page. As you can see, it's asking you just for the address and type the same address again. And then you have to click where it says, I'm not a robot, right? You move on to the next page, and on the next page, it's going to ask you for the customer name, phone number, email address, payment amount, the payment type. Most of the time, it's going to be a first or second deposit, the payment method, and the name of the agent, and the current address. All of this information is super easy. Next page that your customer will see is entering the payment method. It will ask for the account number, the routing number, and whether it's a checking, savings account, personal, or business. As you can see, this is very, very easy. We are talking about probably between the first page and this one, about 10 seconds of input so far. The next is a verification. You just verify the information. Then you have to click where it says, I agree. And then you click on make a payment and you get the confirmation. You are done, just like that. First advantage, paramount, this is very, very safe. And we're going to be talking about cybersecurity a little bit longer today. But remember that our industry is being targeted. This method of payment for your customers is extremely safe, okay? And second, when you receive a personal check, well, personal checks have a mandatory wait period. And if you happen to get the personal check, but your deadline to present the escrow has passed, well, even though we physically have the check, we still have to wait 10 days to verify that the funds are there. And this is the best case scenario when it is a Florida bank. But if it is an outside of Florida bank, then the waiting period can be up to 20 days. So keep that in mind, please. Any questions, you reach out to Carol, reach out to me. We'll let you know the details and we can send you the link so you can save it.
Justin, that was excellent. And one last thing, if your buyer is going to use this method to transmit the escrow deposit to us, please, please let Vivian know or Lori know once they've done that deposit, because we have to go out into the Wells Fargo system and we need to claim that deposit and attach it to you into that contract. So again, good communication with Lori and Vivian always makes the transaction go smooth.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. This is so important. It's so important. All right, guys. And those of you that know me for a while, you know what my favorite subject of conversation is, right? Yeah, I know a lot of you are giggling right now. And it is prospecting. Prospecting is everything. In our business, prospecting is everything. So I have a pretty elaborate prospecting plan that I designed myself. Nobody else has it. No other company has it. A handful of you are already working on that. But what I want to do is tomorrow in person, we are going to discuss this at the conference room here in Boca Raton. Everyone is invited. The session is going to take 45 minutes to an hour. And then those of you who are interested and you want to start doing it, then we are going to talk about cooperation. Yeah, working in small groups. The prospecting is going to be individual. We're going to be prospecting for you, for your business, to get listings. But we are going to form small groups to cooperate with the mechanical part of it, the printing, the stapling, the stuffing the envelopes and whatnot. That will create a little bit of accountability, 2 or 3 meetings a week in which you're going to meet with 2 or 3 of your colleagues and you are going to work on prospecting for each one of you. So if you're interested, come tomorrow to the Boca office at noon. We are going to be meeting at the conference room. And it's going to take about an hour or so. Referrals. So remember that we are one of the largest real estate networks in the world. Probably we are the largest, actually. And that means that you can send referrals anyway. You have a customer of yours that wants to buy a home in Colorado? Yeah, we got you. What about Illinois? Absolutely. California? Yep. Las Vegas? And I could keep going. So if you have an outgoing referral, to submit the referral is the easiest thing in the world. Again, the link is on my email signature. So if I send you an email about anything, you have the link right there. But otherwise, you can go to Florida Realty Intranet. Yes. Once you're on Florida Realty Intranet, you want to click on Tools and Resources. After you're on Tools and Resources, click where it says Relocation or Referral. And then click where it says Submit Your Referral. Now, I got a secret for you. Those two links right there, the outgoing incoming referral and the submit your referral online, they're exactly the same link, okay? So that's all you do. And when you click on that, that's the form. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's going to ask for the customer name. It's going to ask for the relationship to the customers and basic information. And then the referral department will find you a perfect match. And guess what? A couple of months later, you get a referral check. So remember how to submit your referrals. If you have any questions, you can always call me or Carol or Vivian or Lori. But this is the easy thing in the world. You do not want to miss the opportunity to first get some extra income from outgoing referrals. And second, to make sure that your customer lands in the right hands, that your customer will be properly taken care of when they are shopping for a property outside of our area. This is very important. We build these relationships, and it is important that you are there to protect them and to make sure that they're working with a professional, ethical, honest agent wherever they go in, because we are everywhere. And we are reaching the end of the meeting. I'm just going to mention a couple of things and a couple of reminders. The first thing, this is an oldie, but it happens all the time. When you submit paperwork to Lori or to Vivian, please make sure that you have the complete paperwork. If the paperwork is not complete, we cannot proceed. In some cases, the paperwork is mandated by federal law, so no leeway whatsoever. Remember that in For Simplicity, you have packages pre-made with all the required paperwork. So please, when you submit paperwork, all the paperwork has to be complete. And of course, when I say when you submit paperwork, I mean the moment that you have a transaction or the moment that you have a listing. So the moment that you have a transaction or a listing, we need to have the paperwork immediately. You cannot wait a week or two to send us paperwork. And it wouldn't be the first time that somebody walks in the office and they want to give us a payment and we're like, we have no idea what transaction you're talking about because we have no paperwork whatsoever, right? So this is super important. It makes our lives much easier and definitely 100% makes your life much easier too. We talk about deposits a lot, but I just want to break down other things about deposits. The e-bill express electronic deposit system should be your first option. It's a no-brainer, it's super friendly, and it's super safe. So what else is there to think about? But if for whatever reason that is not an option, then a traditional wire transfer, because the way we do wire transfers is super safe too, right? If wire transfers are an impossibility, I don't know why they would be, but if they are, then use cashier's check. And really, all the options should stop right there. The last option should be a cashier's check. But just a reminder, if it's a personal check, there is a way to clear a period of 10 days, no matter what. We have no control over that. These are federal regulations. So Justin cannot go to the federal government and say, yeah, you know what? We are going to clear the funds on this check tomorrow because my agent really, really, really needs it right now. I can't do that, okay? The federal government is not going to listen to me. And if the check is out of state, well, then it's 20 days, right? We have no way to accelerate this process. The last reminder that I have for you is when FTGA, when Florida Title and Guarantee Agency is not the closing agent, you have to keep on top of it. You have to keep us informed. We need to know who the closing agent is, and you have to coordinate with them to exhaustion. You have to call them 2-3 times a week to make sure that they have everything that they need, to make sure that they will submit a copy of the ALTA statement at the very least a few days before closing, right? You need to have all the contact information and you have to let us know who they are. We cannot send closing instructions if we don't know where to send them, right? And the last thing, I don't have a slide for this, but I promised that I was going to mention a little bit more about cybersecurity. It is very important to understand that cyber criminals are not the grotesque, cartoonesque images that we have absorbed from Hollywood. These guys are extremely sophisticated. They're very clever. They do their research and they make emails look just like legit emails. You have to be very conscious of cybersecurity all the time. And yes, it starts with having safe passwords. Go ahead, Carol.
No, finish when you're done. When you're
Okay,
done.
so it starts with having safe passwords, and trust me, Success 2023 is not a safe password, okay? No, so start by having safe passwords, use different passwords for every account, change your passwords very often, and be very, very cautious when responding to any inquiries. We have this idea that criminals will send you badly crafted emails full of misspellings with preposterous claims like, I'm a prince and I have $30 trillion and I want to share them with you, my love. It's not like that anymore. Just recently, I got an email that looked pretty good, and it was signed by the chief financial officer of the company, talking to me directly, say, hey, Justin, I need to put this spreadsheet together and send it to me, right? And he never sends me emails. He never asked me for reports. So I contacted him directly and he said, nope, that wasn't me, brother. Yes. So you have to be very careful. If you receive anything, stop and think. If it is an obvious attempt at defrauding you, like for example, hey, this is Justin, I'm lost in the jungle, please buy some Google cards for me. Yeah, just delete, block, that's all you need to do, don't engage. But it can be substantially more dangerous than that. For example, you can receive an email that's signed Carol Stover or signed Justin Caringian and says, hey, here's your closing documents, please review, and there is a link. Those are extremely dangerous because those are not expecting for you to give them voluntarily your information. If you click on a link, you may be opening a malicious payload, and all you need is one click, and then your whole system will be infected. So cybersecurity, super important. I am going to start doing regular presentations only on cybersecurity. The first one probably is going to be towards the end of this month. So keep an eye on your calendar. But I cannot really overstate how serious the situation is. These guys are extremely good at what they do. They're sophisticated. They know the names of the people in your company. They know what you do for a living. And if they were able to get into your email, if you have a silly password like Toby1999, and they got into your email, they know exactly what you're doing. They know who your customers are. They know when the closing is. They know whether you went to a birthday party with your customers, and they will send extremely convincing emails. I don't want to sound terrifying, but the situation is terrifying. Be aware of this. Be smart, be clever, be safe. I love you all. Do we have any questions, any comments?
So Justin, thank you for that. Great reminders. And just to dovetail on what Justin just shared with us, Justin nor I, we are never, ever, ever going to send you a text or an email that says, we need your help now. I'm in a meeting. Can you send me a card? We are never, ever, ever, never going to send you that text or that email asking you to do anything like that. If you get it, delete it, block it. Secondly, just a quick reminder for those new to the firm or those who need a refresher on all the tools and the resources that you have at your disposal. We are offering our Impact Day session this Thursday. It goes from 10:30 to 12, 10:30 to 12:30, depending upon questions. I would encourage you, again, if you're new to the firm or want a refresher on all that's available to you to use, please tune in this Thursday at 10:30. Plus, I'll be hosting, so why wouldn't you want to attend? Seriously. Everyone, make it a great day. Justin, thanks for everything. To our business partners, Kim, Saud, and Gabby, we appreciate you. Love you all very much. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
Bye.